Sport. FM Talk 1065.
FM Talk 1065, the Gulf Coast Weather Authority. Whether you're in search of a great new bottle of wine or you want a rundown of the best brunch spots in the area, Mike and Stu have the answer. With a combined half-century in the industry,
the easiest way to do these would be to come out of the break.
That
sounds good.
Because it's kind of hard to back time.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to listen on cue during the break so I can get to the part where she starts singing.
All right.
It's a food and wine show, trust me. Look right here, it's the shoe. It's wine and food.
And I want to
Because
say
shoe
something
rhymes
about
with steak. That's the only
JJP
reason
sometime
people
during the
find
hour.
rock
All right.
and a grape killer.
Now it's time to sip and chew with Mike and Stu on FM Talk 1065.
Mics are hot.
You gonna say something, Mike?
Pass that bottle to me.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I
thought we
mine right
already
here,
did
my,
that.
my bottle of water. You know, I got to where I only drink wine that is biodegradable. Just so y'all know.
Yeah.
That makes
I made some changes in my life. So just biodegradable wine. That's all I care about these
So that means when you drink it, the chemical composition changes?
No, my attitude changes.
For the better, we hope.
Anyway, good morning, Stu and Charlie and
Good
Phil
morning.
and
Everybody.
listening audience out there.
Everybody, everywhere.
Yeah, we're into June. Going big into June.
Yeah, it's our second week in
It's
June.
almost Juneteenth, isn't it?
I don't know what that means. The teens of June? Is that what
Yes,
it means?
everybody
Okay.
does these promotions called Juneteenth and
I
stuff
see.
like that. I know just that much closer to Le Tour de France. And then Le Tour de France gets me through to football season. Because Le Tour de France,
Is the only sporting event going on in
that's
the
all
summer.
I care about.
Yeah, exactly.
Here at that time. But I watch it because sometimes they go to areas I've been to, and you're watching the high definition helicopters, and now they're using drones a lot now, of course.
You know what's
And
picking
it's
up
beautiful.
picking
What's
up
that?
popularity is girls fast pitch softball
I
at the
love
college level.
I won't even watch professional
And I
baseball.
think UCLA
Well, it's 'cause it's boring.
won
It's
the
girls
World
softball.
Series.
Yeah, they did, and the girls' softball is incredibly fast.
Alabama was in it for quite a while.
They were. They did really well this year, and I hate to see them lose, but oh well.
Yeah.
Win some, you lose some. But isn't Auburn still in the World Series?
I believe so.
No, they haven't gone to the finals yet, but if they win one more game,
Yeah,
they go to the
They're at
finals.
the Super
Yeah.
Regional.
They're at Super Regional, so let's hope they win.
Which makes Auburn the most successful college sports program in the state this year.
This year.
Football, not bad.
Well,
Yeah,
football, we
went
ain't
to a
in
bowl
football
game.
yet. We ain't
Went
in
to a bowl
football.
game.
Yeah,
No,
we
we went to a bowl game. This
Yeah.
is still the.
Right.
This is 2018
right.
for all intents and purposes in sports. It's 2018. If the school year started in September, it's still the same school
It's
year.
2018-19
Yeah.
school year.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they did
Yeah.
real well in basketball.
So we went to a bowl game, won ours handily.
Made it to the finals.
Final Four in basketball and World Series, hopefully here in baseball, with 2 regional wins in consecutive years at Auburn.
Not too
That's
shabby.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then, y'all do okay at football.
Sometimes.
Y'all all right.
So
So it's
Anywho.
good to be from Alabama if you're a sports fan.
Absolutely. But man, I tell you what.
Unless you're a High Alive fan,
Tell me.
then not so good.
Tell me where I've been all my life. Where have
Probably
I
in
been
the
all my
bathroom.
We're not even sure where you are now.
I posted on Facebook the other day that I went to a little buffet place over in Baldwin County by Fish River, and I had buttermilk pie. And I've never had buttermilk pie. I never even heard of buttermilk pie. And I
Something's
just
wrong
got
with your upbringing.
I just got ripped on Facebook about it. But then again,
That
here's
pie is more identified with Southern cuisine than pecan pie.
I've never heard of it.
Are you a northerner
No, I'm not.
in disguise?
The furthest I've ever been is the
Have you
finger
ever
ring.
had a custard pie?
Yeah, I've had custard pie.
Similar.
Probably
And that's
they
what
were
it
buttermilk
reminded
pie.
me of.
It is. It's a custard pie.
It
Just
was
use
delicious.
buttermilk instead of
It was
regular milk, so
delicious.
it gives a little tanginess.
But yeah, I say that, but then somebody I know posted on Facebook or on social media that they had never heard of or ever had a pineapple sandwich.
How can you not have that?
I know. It's
gross.
just rings of pineapple and mayonnaise and white bread, and
Yeah,
I
it's
eat them
pretty
all
gross.
the time. They're delicious.
No, they're
And
not.
sometimes I'll put peanut butter on them.
Yeah,
Well,
you're
now I don't
right.
know about the peanut butter. It's kind of a stretch.
Not with the mayonnaise.
Yeah, and have you
Oh.
ever had a peanut butter mayonnaise?
Dude, do you have
banana,
any idea how many fat grams
banana
that is in one
sandwiches?
sandwich?
It's just
That's
fills.
worse than eating a complete Whopper with French fries, all smothered in grease. Good Lord, Mike.
Well,
Hey, by the way, I
anywho.
want to tell you that Crystal Burgers do not microwave well the next day.
You ain't supposed to eat those leftovers. You're supposed to just eat and eat and eat till there ain't no.
Well, I
crystals
know,
no
but they
more.
were selling a bag of 10 for $6. So what did we do? Instead of buying a normal amount, we bought 10 of them.
Now, I like
That's
their
just $5 apiece. That's nothing.
I like their breakfast, but
Breakfast.
that's about all I like.
Hey, they do
They
have
ruined the crystals. They used to have a double crystal that had a third piece of bread in the middle, and it was great. And now a double crystal, same price, is a regular crystal with one extra piece of thin little meat in
I
it,
can't-
and
Hey.
nothing else.
I can't get that onion flavor out of my mouth.
verify this for me, Stu, if you know.
Okay.
Somebody told me that at Crystal, the hamburgers are actually in a liquid form when they put it on the grill.
What?
No, it's ridiculous. It's just like any other hamburger.
Fake
It's
news.
stamped out, but it has 5 little pinholes in it at each corner and dead in the center that they say helps it cook quicker. But what it actually does is give them leeway to take a couple of grams off the weight of each of their
They're
burgers.
more like steamed more than anything.
Yeah, they're less than an ounce on those patties. They're 3/4 of an ounce. I still love a Crystal, but I cannot eat cheese on a Crystal because there's no point. You can't taste anything if there's cheese on it. Mayonnaise and ketchup do not belong on a Crystal. Mayonnaise especially, which I'm fine with on most burgers. You put it on a Crystal, and I can't eat it. It's horrible.
Yes, if I go to chain, it's going to be Whataburger.
Well, I'll tell you what,
Sam Super Burger.
I like the
Keep it
senior.
local.
I like their senior breakfast. My wife and I can go in there and it was $8.10, and now they've lowered the price. And that was for 2 eggs, toast, grits.
Man, has the
Bacon.
cost of living gone down? Because if the cost of living hadn't gone down, but people are lowering the price of their food, something's up. You
Yeah.
can't do that.
Well, this is just for the
Yeah.
seniors.
Oh, well, y'all are okay then.
We po.
Yeah.
That limited income. Poor guy.
Fixed income.
Are you going to ask me how I did in the Crawfish Festival Friday?
I didn't know you did a crawfish festival Friday.
We've been talking about it for 3 weeks on the show. The show you're on right
Oh,
now.
how did you do?
They canceled it.
Short-term memory.
Yeah, North Baldwin County Crawfish Festival had to be canceled because of the impending weather Friday.
Y'all can't cook crawfish when it's raining?
Can't cook crawfish when it's flooding.
Yeah.
Well,
And
okay.
you're outdoors.
Yeah, that makes sense. And lightning flashing.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, if
you
it's
schedule-
raining, man, I'm not going to bother to do a cook-off.
When you're
Because
when you
it
schedule,
messes with the temperature and everything so much.
that's like,
It's horrible.
you know,
Yeah.
I know.
Besides, who's going to show up to eat it?
I know there's
Exactly.
a lot of great dates out there because every weekend there's something. But you know, scheduling outdoor events during monsoon season, that's
It's
up
always
there with
monsoon season
yeah.
in Mobile.
But that's like scheduling weddings during football season. It don't make
It's
sense.
like scheduling weddings with no backup plan in case it rains.
Yeah, that too.
Folks, there's 52 Saturdays in a year. 31 of them in Mobile, it rains. It's going to rain at your wedding. Have a backup plan.
13, 14 of them you don't need to schedule. That's during football season.
At all. Unless Auburn, Alabama, LSU, and the rest of the SEC have taken that Saturday off.
Yeah.
If the whole conference is off,
Maybe.
you can have a Friday night game.
Oh well.
Yeah, you can have a Friday night wedding.
Those were crickets. So y'all didn't do it.
No, we didn't.
Well,
So.
So-
I
so
know,
that
I
means-
know,
that
especially
means-
you two gentlemen probably are more familiar with this artist than I am. I mean, I know new Dr. John,
yeah.
but he passed away this week over in New Orleans.
Right.
I heard
He is a
that.
huge part of the Gulf Coast culture.
He is.
Didn't he do
He's-
the commercials for Popeyes? Love that chicken for Popeyes. It sure
I don't
sounded
know. That
like
could have
it.
been
But this is, just a couple of weeks after Leon Redbone passed away,
right.
who came to fame for those Bud Light commercials in the 70s, but just the most distinct singer you've ever heard.
Absolutely.
But, so, and Leah Chase. Man, New Orleans has taken
They're taking a hit, haven't they?
kick to the shin, haven't they?
They have that. They have that.
Yeah. And Leah Chase's funeral arrangements, we posted on our Facebook page. It's tomorrow in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
I have not heard when the second line is going to be, but if any of my chef buddies, if you know, if it's tomorrow and you're heading over, give me a holler because I'd like to ride along.
Holla.
Yeah.
Give us a holla.
I'll buy you a bologna and potato chip sandwich.
All right, folks, we got to take a break. Give us a call at 343-0106. You can text us on that same number.
And you know you've been wanting to, so do it today.
Don't fight the feeling.
Morning, Tony. Morning, Rachel Lynn Thomas. She says morning to you, Mike. She didn't say morning to me, but I was nice and said morning back to her anyway. So what? Do you not listen to anything that goes on?
earphones on.
Hey, I can hear you fine with mine on.
Well, I'm over.
All these people are saying hello to you.
Oh, good morning. Good morning.
All right, we're going to play this one coming out of the break.
All righty.
What I'm going to do is let the announcer do his thing and then go right behind it.
Yeah.
A fine Cabernet is a drink, but not all drinks are a fine wine.
Go from meat
A
and
luxury
cheese to a
sedan
fine
is a car,
Cabernet.
but
All
not
right.
cars are luxury sedans. There are books of literature,
Summertime
but not
is
all
not the
books
time
are
of year for
literature.
Cabernet.
Legacy Oaks at Spring Hill is an apartment home community, but most apartment homes are not
winter drink.
Legacy Oaks. See the difference for yourself at Legacy Oaks, located in the heart of Spring Hill. Secluded, yet convenient to so much. A community that will change how you view apartment homes in Mobile.
When is your
Great
guest
design,
supposed to call
spacious
in on the
floor
half
plan,
hour?
attached garage, large eat-in kitchen, plus roomy bathrooms featuring jacuzzi tubs. All inside a large gated campus in the middle of Mobile, complete with amenities like pool, fitness facility, clubhouse, outdoor entertainment area, and lots of green space. Close to shopping, dining, and just minutes from I-65. 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms are available now. Take an online tour at LegacyOaksApartmentHomes.com or see them in person at the corner of Duroux and College, just off Dolphin Street in Mobile.
This is FM Talk 106.5. Like what you're hearing? Well, there are thousands of other Gulf Coast listeners who like it too. Why not put us to work to make those local residents your customers? FM Talk 106.5 will reach them efficiently and effectively. This is Celeste Holland. Together, we can design an advertising campaign that will increase your business in this exciting economy. Give me a call at 251-344-1065, extension 16, and let's discuss how FM Talk 106.5 will help boost your business.
No one wants AOC's new Green Deal.
So stupid.
But everyone wants FM Talk's Big Green Deal. You get the green, and your backyard is transformed with a granite-top outdoor kitchen cart from Delta Stone, designed to fit your new XL Big Green Egg from Gulf Coast Tools. Relax in your new Adirondack chairs and table set from Old Time Feed, while you watch your new 29-inch Toshiba HD TV with TV Shield weatherproof enclosure and 4-episode all-weather speakers and amplifier with Bluetooth, including custom installation from Bailey's TV. And when you want to change, grab your new Vibe Orange Camo stand-up paddleboard from Yellowhammer Fishing and head to Johnny's RV Resort for a week staycation in an RV from Johnny's Premier RV and Boats. And to help you get around, a 2-week cart rental from Cart Doctor, a prize pack valued over $9,000. Details on how to win on our Facebook page and website, fmtalk1065.com. To get on the line, call 343-0106. Now back to Mike and Stu.
I'm going to bring your mic on and then you can just start talking whenever you're ready. She starts singing here pretty quick. I think this is the better of the 3 cuts. Mics are hot. You can let her go for a while if you want.
All right, folks, you are listening to Heather and the Monkey King. They will be at the listening room this Thursday night along with Professor Hill's think tank. Yeah,
That sounds like quite an evening.
Yeah. Okay, so to break it down, Heather and the Monkey King are Heather and Stephen Harper. I know Phil will remember Stephen Harper. He was the lead guitarist for Fez for years here in town. They live in Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. Heather is my niece.
Beautiful place.
Yeah.
Beautiful town.
Heather is my niece. She married Steve. Steve's brother is Ben Harper. Ben Harper is the lead guitarist for Mithril.
Cool.
He married my niece Amanda.
Lord.
So now they're both sisters and sister-in-laws, and the brothers are both brother and brother-in-law.
They're picking and grinning family.
Yeah. Professor Hill's think tank is Ben and Stevie together.
Mm-hmm.
So when it's Heather and the Monkey King with Professor Hill's think tank, that just means Ben's playing bass for him.
Oh, okay.
And like I said, that Thursday night at 8 o'clock, they're going to be at the listening room. You've been there, correct?
A couple times. It's right around the corner from where I stay.
Yeah. Where you stay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is going to be our first time. We've got our reservations to go check them out. But as you can hear, so Stevie and Ben, their father was Dr. Andrew Harper, who was with South Alabama's music school for years. Their sister is a cellist or was for a long time in a symphony in Madrid, Spain.
Wow.
Their oldest brother is a recording artist out in California. Their nephews are musicians. My niece and nephew are also musicians that come from a lot of musicians in this band. Very musical band.
Sounds like
My
it.
niece Heather married into it. Never was in band in school.
Yeah.
Any of that stuff. She did some stuff, and Charlie's going to talk about some in a little bit with JJP when she was a kid. But they wanted to do, when they were Fez, they wanted to bring in some steel drums. So Stevie just asked Heather, hey, do you think you could play steel drums if I just showed you what to do for this one song? So she did. Turns out, as you can hear, an incredible singing voice.
Yeah.
So she started singing with them.
Huh.
And Fez was an instrumental group. So the one with words, Heather and the Monkey King, they do a lounge act over in the casinos in Mississippi.
All this musical talent all in one place.
I just have one burning question, Stu. Could you possibly post on Facebook or something a diagram showing all those branches of the family tree? You sort of lost me on the second cousin twice removed.
No, but Stephen is also a very talented artist, so he could probably draw you one.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of all this art and talent, yesterday was Rick Hirsch's birthday, with Willie fame. So I posted what song? He wrote "Keep on Smiling" and all those famous songs. But my favorite song he did was Dixie Rock.
Never heard it.
Oh my God! Well, you're a little older. I mean, you're a little younger than me, so you don't remember stuff like that.
Hey, but we got John from Fish River on line 2. Charlie, you want to bring up line 2?
Come on up, John.
Yeah, John, good morning.
John.
Good morning. How are y'all doing today?
I'll just fine. You're going to love our next guest, man. Chase and Andrea from Playhouse Spices.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, they got...
Spices.
Yeah, here in Mobile. Check this out. One of their blends is called Fish River. Let me read this to you. Fish River has a brightness of citrus flavor akin to the shimmer of sunlight on the waters which inspired it. This spice blend works well for seasoning seafood, vegetables, chicken, pork, and pasta dishes. The lemon and dill create...
Base?
No. Just listen. Calm down. Calm down, John.
Okay.
John may have been the inspiration for all
The
of
lemon
this.
and dill create a wonderfully balanced blend with a sunny finish. Here's your ingredients, Charlie.
Okay.
Lemon zest. So yeah, it's a lemon base.
Okay.
Kosher
Peel that lemon.
salt. Green peppercorn, which does not have as much heat. So if you find black pepper makes you sneeze and stuff, green peppercorn. Onion, garlic, dill, cayenne, bay leaf, and paprika.
Very good.
Yeah. Listen to these other names, John. Dog River, East Bay, Weeks Bay, Old Dolphin Way, Oakley Garden, Dolphin Island, and Ono Island.
And no Detani Square?
No Detani Square. Oh, look, right on the back you got Balabatry and Joe Kane's Widowmaker blend.
it kind of steps up to an idea I had with spice, the spice blend, and calling it, Mobile-based spice.
Well, what would it have in it? Some oyster shells and
Some old shoes.
some creosote from the old paper plants.
Now we're talking recipe.
Some scrapings from the muffler off your smoker.
Yeah, could be.
Well, what you got going on this weekend, John?
When is the crawfish cook-off going to be rescheduled?
I don't know that it's going to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we're going to be out of season here.
Yeah, we're coming out of season soon.
Yeah, they can't
I know it.
control that.
That's
They're
what-
probably going to
it's
try.
Kind of an odd time of year to have a crawfish cook-off.
Yeah. Well, the World Food Championship qualifier, they're probably going to reschedule. But as far as the big crawfish boil for the entire town of Bay Minette, that's likely not going to be rescheduled.
No, so that's not the same thing as the cook-off.
Yeah, they're the same, one and the same. The crawfish boil is done by people who are competing in the crawfish cook-off.
Right, that's what I thought.
Yeah, each one of us had to cook 70 pounds.
And that was supposed to be in Stockton, wasn't it?
No, Bay Minette.
Close.
Okay.
Yeah, at Blackburn Park. And man, we was good. John, listen, we were knocking out the park. Deborah Hodges from over at Hall's was gonna give us several pounds of their red hots to put in our crawfish boil.
Not Andouille?
She offered on Dewey. I wanted to do red hots
I would have done red hot, yeah.
because you've had hot dogs in a crawfish boil, right?
I haven't.
Really? Huh.
I usually put sausage in there,
Yeah.
mushrooms.
They usually put hot dogs in there so the kids will have something to eat. Well, a red hot is,
Kids, isn't it?
huh?
It's going to be kind of hot for the kids, isn't it?
They're from Louisiana, John. They're Cajuns.
Kids are kids wherever they're from, though.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised how much hot stuff kids eat.
They put Tabasco in the baby formula, John.
Got to teach
But-
them young.
But
Too much. No.
I was just thinking, well, a red hot is just a really, really good hot dog. So,
Yeah.
so that's what we were going to do because you had to, one of the.
bologna dog, bologna hot dog kicked up a notch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what you got going this weekend?
Oh, nothing really. Just trying to recover from outpatient surgery last week and getting ready for another one.
Oh, what? You getting a toe sawed off?
Well, no, I'm going to keep them.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to hear.
I think so. I'm going to keep my feet and my toes, do believe.
Oh, all right.
Excellent. Well,
You know, during the Orange Beach down there at the wharf during the cook-off World Food Championship, rather, I was hobbling around with that cane
yeah.
and that boot, and this all stemmed from the second time I broke them.
Oh.
Been rough. But Mike, I can't
Yeah.
believe you've never had
Buttermilk
like
pie.
that made out of buttermilk.
We're in shock.
Well, I'm going to tell you what.
And you say you've never heard of it, but
Never heard
Hattie
of it?
brought one in here.
I don't remember that. I must not have been here that day.
No,
There
it
was
just-
something
you
with
ate it
chocolate,
and
you
didn't
couldn't
ask
think
what
about
was.
it, or she had something with pineapple and fried egg in it or something.
I
Some
don't know.
ridiculous combination.
Crunchy peanut butter.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, the first time I ever had it, and I bought one, was at Kanaka Meats in Evergreen.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can go into their warehouse there or to their store.
Well, you know, I never had tomato pie.
And they have other desserts in there.
You know, I had never had a tomato pie until you brought one in. And I just heard about it that week when you brought it in.
That's been years ago.
Yeah, it has been.
And you need to get back on the stick, son.
You need to get down
Get
here.
your
with-
toe sticks and get on in here.
Yeah, get on down here with some more free food.
I was starving this morning. I said, I wish I'd had some
Man, I need
tomato
to pick,
pie.
I had to do Waffle House.
You got to do it with shrimp, you said?
Yeah, a shrimp or crab meat or maybe both.
All right.
I thought that's what I brought to you was tomato pie with shrimp in it.
It may have been, yeah. You brought
It
two of them,
was.
I thought.
It was.
So, well, man, we got to go on break, John. It's good.
Okay, talk to you later, buddy.
All right, buddy,
All right,
take
man.
care. All right, folks, when we come back, we got Chase and Andrea from
Playhouse Spices.
Playhouse Spices. I got a lot of questions.
Okay, I
Lots-
figured you
lots of
would.
questions.
Here, I'll hand you this back.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Hey, Charlie.
Yeah.
Since it says both their name, you want to bring them on and make sure they're not on speakerphone?
Oh, yeah. Good idea. Good morning.
Good morning. How's it going?
Pretty good. Stu reminded me we need to, and I know it's tough if both of y'all are going to be on. This is Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
That you're not on speakerphone. Unfortunately, speakerphones work great when you're on the phone, but on the radio it just doesn't sound that good. So
Okay.
if you can just talk on a regular phone and then maybe pass it back and forth or something.
Yeah. I can just hold the handset and.
Yeah, it'll work.
Premiered on Netflix.
Okay, it'll just sound a whole lot better.
Right.
Okay.
All right, thank
Roy
you.
Choi was
I'm
the
putting you back on
consultant.
hold so you can hear what's
John
going
Favreau
on.
and Roy Choi
Okay.
now have
Alright.
a cooking show on Netflix where they bring celebrities in.
This
and
is
they
Roland
cook some of the
McSherry
food
from
from
McSherry's
there.
Irish Pub
They
and
have
Restaurant
2
in downtown
episodes where they
Firrell,
hang out with
where you
Aaron
can enjoy
Frank.
great food at a great price.
They have a bunch of the Avengers cast and directors and producers on.
Yeah, I finally got to see that chef. I didn't see the whole show.
The movie? No. Yeah. You need to. It's fantastic. It's great.
Well, I have to catch it. I don't have cable.
It's on Netflix, I believe. Happy birthday, Tony Sawyer. Everybody out there tell Tony, happy birthday, y'all. Try and get one of his guitar solos if you can, Charlie.
You what?
Try and get one of Stevie's guitar solos. If a song's 5 minutes long, 3 minutes of it's going to be solo. He's very
Well,
good.
she was talking over all of that. I'm gonna pick it up here where she's talking, where she's singing,
All right.
and I'll listen for that the next.
Okay.
This is cut 3.
Gordon Deal, join me weekdays for This Morning, America's First
Oh.
News. Hear the
Why are you
stories you'll be
looking at
talking about
lady
and
pictures on
searching
the-
I don't know
for all
what that
day
is.
as we go beyond the headlines
They didn't
and
send it
above
to
the
us.
chatter
It's
with your
done on
first look at breaking news, money,
Yeah,
Washington
that's
politics,
much
technology,
better.
entertainment, entrepreneurship, and sports.
Ask-
We explain
ask
why
your phone
stories
what
matter.
are the
That's why
elements
we
of
are
this.
referred to as the most important and relevant radio
All right, coming
program.
back, guys.
Join us weekdays for This Morning,
My
America's
phone
First
does not
News.
know what they are.
To get on the line,
You've got a
call
phone.
343-0106. Now back to Mike and Stu.
I'm gonna open your mics and you just join whenever you're ready.
You're listening to the cool sounds of Heather and the Monkey King. Gonna be
And they're coming to where?
the
When?
listening room, downtown Mobile, St. Michael's. No, it's not St. Michael, it's St. Francis,
I
right?
can,
St. Francis,
Stu,
yeah.
Stu, I can see you doing an overnight jazz show.
Do you remember
Jazz
Bob
and cooking
Parlocha?
So look out, Cat.
Do you remember Bob Parlocha?
That kind of.
Yeah, he did a nationally syndicated jazz show for years. He passed away, I don't know, 5 or 10 years ago. But Charlie, you will appreciate this. Middle of the night, I'm driving around patrolling a campus, listening to this jazz show, and he goes, "All right, that was Miles Davis. You're listening. I'm Bob Parlocha, and you're listening to Jazz with Bob Parlocha. I'm your host, Bob Parlocha." And that was jazz.
Well, you got to get your name in there.
And he would loop it around like 3 or 4 times every time.
Well, that was part of his stick.
Yeah, he was great. I love Bob Parlocha.
Well, Stu,
Yeah, sir.
we have our guest on the phone.
All right. Well, you know what? You are the small town mom and pop startup king. So we got Chase and Andrea with us. Why don't you take it away, Mike?
Jason, Andrew, good morning. How are y'all this morning?
Good morning. Doing great. How about y'all?
We're doing great. We're doing great. We got a few samples here of your product, and folks, if you don't know, this is the couple. They own Playhouse Spices, and got quite a list of interesting names here, but interesting ingredients as well. So, give us a little rundown, quick rundown. When did you have your aha moment?
Well, my wife and I both love cooking and sharing and entertaining with our friends, and they always inspired us and pushed us to share our flavor with everybody. And so that was about 2.5 years ago. We started kind of on this little odyssey, and then as we came along, we started trying to figure out how to get them out and share to other people, and so it's just been a great adventure so far.
Awesome. So, who pushed who the most?
Well, who pushed who? I think it was just a thing that we were both passionate about. Every time we traveled or we saw something new, we would just try it and talk about it and see what would, see what we could figure out would work and give us a unique flavor profile. Yeah.
So, what is your background? What is your background, and what's Andrea's background?
My wife, she's an attorney for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers.
Oh, cool.
That's a cool job. I don't know what she actually does, but the title is cool.
And then I'm a graphic designer by trade for Infirmary Health and Mobile Infirmary.
Okay, all right.
I grew up working in kitchens through college.
Yes, you did. And Chris Brill from Sim's House of Pizza said to tell you hello.
Yes, I knew Chris very well. He's going to be getting married soon.
Yes, he is. He saw you were going to be on the show, and I saw him yesterday, and he said, make sure you tell Chase I said hello.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He
His whole
is.
family with Papa's place. That's where I did a lot of time when I was younger, working in the kitchen.
Yeah. I've heard a few stories.
So, give us, I look at the names of the spices here, and one's called Old Dolphin Way, Weeks Bay, East Bay, Oakley Garden, Ono Island, Fish River.
And we just had John from Fish River on right before you,
Yeah.
And he is delighted that you have honored him with one of your spice blends, naming it after him.
I've got the one I'm most curious about and intrigued with is the Joe Kane Widowmaker blend. Tell me about that one.
All right, well, the Joe Kane Widowmaker blend, we actually created that as a Bloody Mary mix.
I thought so.
And my wife thought, Mardi Gras is coming up. This will be a great play, for a Bloody Mary mix. It's just, it works in Mobile. And so we launched it, and since then, I've been so happy to hear from our friends and customers and everybody. I mean, I've got people cooking steaks with it. Sauteed shrimp, adding it to a cream sauce, and it's just been so diverse. It's a really complicated
none of yours are simple.
But it's got a great complex flavor to it.
I can imagine.
That's the first thing I thought of when I saw that. I thought Bloody Marys. First thing that hit me.
Now, I've been playing with a few of these, and let's see, I've tried the Old Dolphin Way. That's the one, I believe, I rubbed my ribs with that on Memorial Day, and was a great barbecue rub.
Yes.
Little spicy. I like it like that.
It's got coffee in it.
Yeah, coffee and the tangerine peel, and I love it. And you got smoked paprika in it. So, that just, when I read that, I went, that's going to be my barbecue rub. The Weeks Bay, I'm trying to remember what I did with the Weeks Bay. The East Bay, I just rubbed some steaks with, and that was a great steak rub.
What's in it?
That's the garlic, onion, paprika, salt, thyme, white pepper, bay leaf, and cayenne. The thyme's that's what made me rub a steak with it.
Will that go well with Wagyu?
Well, yeah, of course it would. And whatever Wagyu is, but Wagyu beef would go well.
Wagyu,
But you've got some. I had to Google some of these ingredients, Chase.
Oh, wow.
And I've been doing this for 30 years. Ufra Bieber, or is it Bieber?
I pronounce it as Urfa Bieber, but it's not related to Justin Bieber.
Yeah, thank God.
Thank God.
It's not Canadian at all. It's in the peppercorn family?
Pepper.
Yeah.
It almost looks like shredded raisins. And it's got a little smoky, hickory, cherry flavor to it.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by that one. And then I saw another one, and I've got so much stuff on here. I'm sure Mike's got a question, and I'll try and find the other ingredient that I had to go Google. But I know Mike's going to ask this, so I'll go ahead and ask it for you. Are you co-packing with anybody?
No, actually, it's my wife and I packing it, blending it, doing it all ourselves.
You got a pretty good source to get all your spices from? Herbs from?
Yes.
Okay. Because I have a line too that I haven't done anything with in a while. But
he's got a name.
That was the biggest thing, was sourcing my spices, and then I worked with a local restaurant who let me come in on the day they were closed and package all mine up. And I did real well out there, like Market and Square and other places. I did really well with it because I have a real weird name. Mine has a really weird name. I always believed in shock value, but anyway, I did real well with them, and then I discovered another product that I kind of put the spices down and went off with the barbecue sauce there for a while. I need to get the spices back up and running, but y'all, this is just really ingenious what y'all have done here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it should be, I used to sell my stuff at the Oakley Mansion, and anywhere there was tourists at, where they have a gift shop, tourists, they want things that are local. This is local. This is local, regional, and you should have it in a lot of places.
And we've actually, during Christmas, we had a lot of people send in boxes to their families in Colorado, Maine, Connecticut.
Cool. That's awesome.
As a, hey, don't you want to come back home? And, it was just really heartfelt, and just we enjoyed it so much.
I wanted to ask a quick question. When you're coming up with a new combination or a new product, is there a certain amount of trial and error that you go through until you get it just right?
I think so. With anything, my wife and I will sit down and we'll kind of toss ideas back and forth, and then we'll talk about other pieces and parts and kind of hone it down until we kind of figure out what ingredients, and then we play and adjust a little bit here and there and work it all out until we get a nice, consistent recipe.
Awesome.
I was just wondering because I know I'm assuming chefs do the same kind of thing with spices in the kitchen.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
and we field a lot of our products through our two youngest to make sure they approve it. 'Cause they're
your
how old are they?
we got an 11-year-old Ann Castlin and Mary Stanton that's 9.
Yeah.
And so they got to put their seal of approval on
Your
it.
official tasters.
Yes.
Well, at that age.
By Eula Battery, it was my mother-in-law. She had to approve that. She's a Beau-Sarge.
Of course.
That says it all.
That's a great spice blend too. I think I brought that one so that Mike could go home and play with it. That's the one I did I rubbed my chicken with it for Memorial Day and then smoked it.
Beau-Sarge might be a good name for a future one.
It may be.
Okay, yeah, just we got a text come across on our text line. Where can they buy these?
All right. Well, you can get us at Urban Emporium, Spring Hill Ace. This week we'll start being carried at the Cheese Cottage.
Cool.
We're also on PlayhouseSpices.com, on Facebook, Instagram, Etsy, and then we'll be at the Pillars today.
Awesome.
The market from noon to 4. And then next week we'll be at Market in the Park. And then Antique Emporium this coming Thursday.
All right.
Yeah.
And you gave your Facebook, you gave all of that. Do you have anything new in the works, something we can be looking forward to soon, or are you just going to ride with these for a little while?
What's
see
in the
what
pipe?
gives you inspiration?
Yeah, right now we're going to kind of hold on what we've got. We're working to get into some bigger stores, and so we're going to focus on that for just a little bit, and hopefully we'll have a couple new blends coming out later this year.
All right. I found the other ingredient, Chase, the cubeb pepper.
Oh, the QF?
Okay, is that how it's pronounced?
That's how I pronounce it. Yeah, that's an interesting pepper. It's got a little bit of allspice and mace with a peppery finish. It's kind of a different flavor profile. It used to be, I can't remember the region it came from right now, but they used to actually treat it that the other people in the world couldn't grow it, and it was only came from someplace in the Middle East.
All right. Well, we got to wrap it up and go back to commercial. One more time, give us your Facebook, your website, your MySpace, whatever you got.
Okay, we're PlayhouseSpices.com, and on Facebook and Instagram we're at Playhouse Spices, and we're also on Etsy.
Oh, Etsy too. Okay, cool.
All right. Well, Chase, sorry we didn't get to talk to Andrea, but the speakerphone thing, it kind of messes us up. But y'all have a wonderful Sunday.
Well, thank y'all for having us.
Hope y'all do well today.
Sunday too.
Yes, thank you.
All right, bye-bye, guys.
Great product.
Here's a little Dr. John.
They call me Dr. Jones, known as the Night Tripper. Got my satchel of grease in my hand.
I'd forgotten about this song.
Then we tripping up and back down the bayou. I'm the last of the best. They call me the greasy babe.
No, down at the bottom. Yeah.
Got me
I
crying.
didn't know how far up I was supposed to
Come
go.
from miles around.
He just takes those.
Running down my
Yeah, when I talked to them the other day, they said that they were probably going to reschedule the show.
I got medicine to cure all y'all's ills. I got remedies of every description. I got green gun. Head now.
Charlie, what happens if I click on this link right here? This redheaded one.
Mike, don't click on links.
Head now.
Oh, Lord.
In the Old West, things were settled
I
the
thought it'd give
old-fashioned
more to
way.
the title. It was Chris
A
Gumbo.
duel, just one-on-one.
Put that
Chris
in.
Gumbo Yaya.
We believe it should be that
Gumbo
way
Yaya
again.
is
Just
what you
you
call gumbo
and
with
our
rice.
soon-to-be
Right,
famous
right,
sandwich
right.
burger, piled high with bacon, cheese,
I actually
lettuce,
like rice.
tomato,
You could actually call it
pickles,
gumbo sushi.
or just the way you like it.
No,
It's
you
time
can't.
for the
Gumbo Yaya.
showdown. Butch Cassidy's
Rice.
Old Shell in with Florida
It's
Street.
seasoned rice. It is
Does a
rice.
new building with a wind rating of 175 miles per hour appeal to
Stuff right
you?
here.
That certainly is within our
Who
capability.
was it? Was
This
it
is
Dr.
Scott
John?
Are they still on the
Kimco
phone?
Buildings.
Yes.
For almost 50 years, Kimco has been designing and constructing the highest quality steel buildings for our customers.
And
Whether you
the
need a building
Widowmaker,
for
they did not
commercial,
give us the
industrial,
bills.
agricultural, storage, church, or community use, or if you just want a Kimco building for
And I do my
yourself, please
JJC and get
contact
it out
us.
of the way.
Kimco will use state-of-the-art
Well,
software and our many
Dave's
years of
Tony's
experience to
birthday,
help
too.
you custom design a
Tony
metal
Sawyer
building
from
that best suits
Bob.
your needs.
Yeah, Tony
Check out our
Sawyer.
website at
You don't wanna mention
KimcoBuildings.com
anything about
or
Tom?
stop by our 40,000 square foot
I have
facility on
mixed
Pollock
I do
Road
too.
in Daphne. We're big enough to get the job
You tried
done,
to
yet
say
so
right
we
now
can
we're
give you
still a
homegrown
private
service.
matter. We
That is
make it public and everybody knows.
Yeah.
251
It's gonna be
626 0594. Our goal is to exceed your expectations.
Well, y'all don't say too much. 'cause
Talking
we're
to my
still
buddy
doing a
Austin
Facebook
Key
Live.
from Arrow Exterminators. Summertime's here. Unfortunately,
I love
so are the
that
mosquitoes.
thing.
They are,
Put 'em
and
on
they
Facebook
typically
and
never
all.
leave
I was
in our
hoping the
climate.
commercials
That's
were
for sure. It
covering
just
it.
seems to get ramped
differences
up this time of year.
between
But
the
you told me over time
different
coming in, you've got some tips for us. The first thing we need to do to try to eliminate them is
STE
get rid of
does it.
certain things in our yards.
Yeah, look at those garbage cans.
I
Make sure you
forgot
got
what it was
lids on
about,
the
but
dishes
it's
that sit
hilarious.
underneath your plants on your front
There
porch. Make
used
sure
to
they're
be a
draining or they have
standard
holes where they're not
that
holding moisture.
if
You just need to
someone's first
help
name was
eliminate
Stewart,
some of
it
the
was
breeding
always
sites for the mosquitoes.
S-T-U-A-R-T.
Okay, we do that, and we
And
still get mosquitoes in our
S-T-E-W-A-R-T
backyard,
was
and you'll
only
do something
used
about it.
last.
Absolutely. Give us a call. We'll have our
But
home
people
evaluator
wanted
come
to
out.
name
He can
their
take a look at your
kids for it,
property and
didn't
work
know
out a
that,
detailed
and they
plan
started
specific for
spelling
you.
them
Then our
incorrectly.
technicians will come out and apply the
But
products they need to the particular
S-T-E-W
areas and
is
help you
never a
take back that
good name for
backyard.
someone named
I love it.
Stewart.
Okay,
It's
so we're
only
going to get the
S-T-E
evaluator out, talk about how
Right.
we make contact with Arrow.
You can reach us at
And the thing
888-GO-ARROW
that
or
further confused it is
ArrowExterminators.com.
Stewie.
All right, Austin
The
Key with
character
Arrow
from
Exterminators.
the
Hey,
TV
y'all,
show,
take back your
'cause they spelled
backyard,
his name wrong.
and then I'll come over to your
They
house.
spell it with
Hey, it's Sean Sullivan inviting you to join FM Talk 106.5 for a live
that was how you
broadcast
knew
of Midday
whether it was the
Mobile
first
from
name
noon
or
to
the
2
last
on
name, it's how
Tuesday
it's
at the
spelled.
Car Doctor. And they're featuring
UART
20%
is
off
Scottish
all accessories, and if you
spelling,
purchase a card on
WART.
Tuesday, you get the deal the day of our broadcast. Plus Monroe Sausage will be grilling
That's
sausage
UART.
dogs for lunch. Come see the huge selection of carts at the Car Doctor, Highway 90 in Theodore, Tuesday Tuesday with FM Talk 106.5 and a live broadcast of Midday Mobile from noon to 2.
I'm just going to come back in because I
To
don't
get
have
on the
the
line,
other.
call 343-0106. Now back to Mike and Stu.
All right, Charlie, we was just talking about Joe Jefferson Playhouse. Do you have something to offer about that?
Yeah, I did, and it was a unique opportunity. Marguerite and I got invited to media night last Thursday night at the Joe Jefferson Playhouse.
How did we miss that, Mike?
Well, I
Wasn't
don't
invited.
really know, but
yeah.
apparently you weren't the only ones because we had to knock on the door. We were the only people who showed up other than the actors and the orchestra, and so here's my wife and I sitting in the middle of the auditorium, just us, and they did the entire program of Hello Dolly. And I got to tell you, whether you know the musical or not, it's worth attending. It's a beautiful show. The singers are excellent. The orchestra does a great job. And they're on this weekend and the next 2 weekends. And I think the Sunday matinee, if you want to go today, it would be like 2 or 2:30. If somebody knows the correct time, I was trying to look it up real quick, but couldn't find it. But as I'm watching this, Stu, a couple of thoughts ran through my head. First of all, if you find yourself getting into the story where you sort of forget where you are, that's when the magic happens.
Yeah, that's really good when you can suspend belief for a while.
And but the other thing I was thinking about, when we first came to Mobile, it was in 1977, and there was a lot of old Mobile traditions still very much alive and well. And I think with the younger generation, some of that is slipping away, and some of that also might be community theater.
Right.
And so for the younger listeners, I want to say this to you. If you like going on a cruise ship, and I'm going to tie this together, and you go to the shows in the theater on the ship in the evenings, it's kind of the same thing, except there's spoken lines and music and singing and dancing and all of that. And in one of the numbers, versions of the Hello Dolly theme, there was a group of dancing waiters. And I'm thinking, that's what Mobile needs, more restaurants with dancing waiters. Then to tie it back to the cruise ship,
Charlie, there are lots of bars in town that have dancing waitresses, so to speak.
Yeah, but is it, are they sampling the goods before they start dancing or what?
I don't know if they're sampling anything. I don't know if you'd want to sample.
But on the cruise ship,
their goods are on display.
If you go to the dining room, just about every evening, the waiters and waitresses throughout the entire dining room dance and sing, and so that's part of the show. But if you haven't experienced community theater, now is the time to do it. 11 South Carlin is just off Dolphin Street in the vicinity of Murphy High School, but you can Google it and find it.
Yeah. Well, you know, the last time I went to JJP was a Christmas program, Charlie, that you would have absolutely loved. They did It's a Wonderful Life as a radio show.
Wow.
So everyone just stood up there at microphones and read several different parts and did the sound effects. And Nancy Pierce was in it. You know, was on TV for years and with the school system. And it was just delightful. And they just stood around the old-timey microphones on the stage and just acted it out like they were doing an old-fashioned radio presentation.
Charlie remembers when it was chiseled in stone.
Yeah,
That's right.
and
That's
Mike
right.
remembers when Marconi needed help designing his newfangled radio.
But anyhow, the Joe Jefferson Playhouse, Friday night, Saturday night, I want to say around 7 o'clock, and 2 or 2:30 on Sunday afternoon matinee.
Wow.
You'll be so glad you did, and take the kids and take the grandkids. We need to keep these traditions going.
Let me say something about dancing servers and entertaining servers.
There
were 2 steakhouses in Mobile.
Is that your secret life?
There were 2 steakhouses in Mobile, and you're sitting there starving, waiting for your food, and then when a certain song came on, they all had to run to the floor and do a dance routine.
There used to
and
be a
there's
place
people,
like...
yeah, right over here. It used to be, I'm sitting there starving to death, and I've got to wait till they get through their dance routine before they can bring my food. Then it starts getting cold.
Hey man, it's nobody's fault but your own if you skip lunch.
Hey, but there was a dinner theater down at the Loop, somewhere down in that area, because I remember
Was
seeing
it
Scrooge down
Corbett's or something?
there. I don't remember the name. This was a number of years ago.
Now, Mike, you recently watched most of a movie.
Yeah.
That you should have watched 6 years ago.
Yes, I should have.
Called Chef.
Yes.
Written, directed, starring Jon Favreau.
I'm just that way.
If you can't place the name, you've seen him in a lot of stuff. He was on Friends for a while. He is Happy, Tony Stark's driver in the Avenger movies.
Okay.
He also wrote and directed Iron Man, Iron Man 2, and I think Iron Man 3. During Iron Man 2, they had a food truck on the show called Kogi Korean Barbecue, which is owned by Roy Choi. Jon Favreau got to talking to Roy Choi, said, I've got this idea for a movie, told it to Roy Choi. Roy Choi said, that's my life. You just basically described my life. They got together, did the movie Chef. Wonderful movie, find it on Netflix, wherever. Now they've teamed up again. They've done a series on Netflix where they cook together and have different stars on. They've had Robert Downey Jr. and a couple of the Avengers people on there. They've had David Chang, a great chef. Aaron Franklin is in several episodes.
Wow.
So if you got Netflix, go stream this show. It is great. And Cookie is online. And Cookie needs to hear that I had a salad from Nourish Cafe, 100% vegan cookie. And it was edible.
Congratulations.
And it
Edible
tasted
vegan
good.
food?
Yeah. Garrick Ogburn is, without a doubt, gifted when it comes to making vegan food edible.
And Cookie, we only have about a minute. What's going on this morning?
I just wanted to bring up a point that I hope is salient, and that's that while I know that this show promotes local business, and I am all for that, but the last couple of folks that have called in, and today you simply insinuated, but you did not address that if someone's going to have a great idea and wants to produce it, they need to have to check with the health department and whoever else for the legal parts of it. You need a commercial kitchen to produce a lot of ideas.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would appreciate, maybe this is something y'all could take up in the future.
What we need to do. Yeah, what we need to do is examine the cottage industry law in the state of Alabama, which is one of the most liberal in the country. You can pretty much get away with anything you want to do as long as you make less than $19,000 a year off of it. Once you hit, I think, $19,000, and they may have changed the law in the last few years, but once you hit that,
we got something.
Have three
We got something very important to say right now.
well, we got to say it quickly.
Tony Sawyer.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, buddy.
And provolone.
Get out there and go to
a diner and wish him a happy birthday.
He probably won't be there, but
Gouda. You're going to provolone?
Have a good week, folks. Provolone.
Provolone.
Support local, be local, buy local.
What a way to end the show with a spam song.
Talking with my buddy Sid
Hey,
from
Bill. Good morning, Bill.
and Landscape,
Hey.
and you're telling us the clients.
All right, now, y'all get.